Hey guys, welcome back. So, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Yeah, and that's where I lose all the views. Anyway, so yeah, welcome back to another episode. Today, I'm going to be talking, as you guessed it, 10 games that I like to play around about the Christmas time or the wintry season, you know, the snowy area time kind of thing. So, let's face it, you know, the nights are getting darker quicker. It's cold weather, you know, we're going to be getting snow come over, it gets frosty. All you want to do is just get indoors, close the door, put your feet up, sit in front of the fire, eat lots of food. You know, it's a hibernation period. That's all we want to do. We don't want to go outside as much. Okay, if it snows, you know, you like to go out for a walk. And what better than to sit down and play a nice, lovely game. A game you want to get lost in, a nice adventure game that you can, you know, it's a big open world that you want to get lost in. You want to, you know, solve some puzzles, or you want to have a nice adventure. So today I want to be talking, I'm going to go over 10 games that I like to play around about the Christmas time, probably afterwards as well, the wintry season, you know, the cold weather season. And some of these, the reason behind them are they've got snowy areas in them, which just gives you that sense, that atmosphere of playing in the snow, or you know, you can actually feel the chill or the music. It's one of those that rings in your head after you finish playing it. You go out, it's cold weather, and you can hear the music ringing in your head after you've been playing it. So let's get on with it. So 10 games that I like to play at Christmas time. Let's take a look. So the first one I've chosen is the Legend of Zelda Minish Cap. Now, standalone, this one is an amazing action RPG or adventure RPG, call it what you want. Now, I've chosen this one, as you can guess, it's the Temple of Droplets. Now, this gives me such a chill when I'm playing this game. I actually feel cold when I'm playing this game, and it gives me a great sense of being, you know, in a wintry area or a cold area. Now, yeah, it is a very frustrating dungeon once you hit the ice blocks and you're skidding all over the place. But I do find this game really gives that sense and gives you the atmosphere, especially when you're listening to the music. The music is absolutely fantastic in this area, and it does give you that chill. So let's have a listen, and you know, let me know your thoughts. See if you think it's something that you find does give you that great impression, and is it a game or the music's going to ring through your head, especially in the cold winter time. Next up, I've chosen Wonder Boy in Monsterland for the Sega Genesis or Mega Drive. Now, this one is once again an absolute great, you know, adventure to play in, especially at Christmas time. Now, as you can pick up, I've chosen this level because of the snowy area. The snowy area does still give me them chills. You know, I love listening to the music. The music, I think, just adds so much atmosphere to this one. It's a great adventure. It's a bit of a Metroid adventure, or Metroidvania, should we say. This is an absolute classic game for the Sega Mega Drive, and like I say, with the music, it's one of those that does ring in my head, especially every time I go out and it's a nice frosty morning or snowy morning. This music is playing in my head, so have a listen to the music and let me know your thoughts. Is it something that's going to be ringing through your head? Is it an area that you like to sort of get used to, or an area you like to be sort of adventuring in? Let's have a listen. Next up, we've got Terran Enigma. Now, come on. I mean, Terran Enigma is absolute classic, legendary game. It's an adventure I love to play, especially at Christmas time. And one of the main reasons is because of this area. It's snowy, it's cold, the music, it does give you that nice effect. You're up against some really cold, yetis and sort of ice kind of diamond creatures. You've got your wolves as well. Now, I think with this one, it does give you a nice sort of, a cold wintry area, and it does give you that sense of, being in a chilly kind of cold area. Now, the music, once again, in this one, is one of those that I think really adds to the atmosphere. So let's have a listen to this one and see if it's just something that rings through your head too. Next up, I have chosen Secret of Mana 2 or Seiken Densetsu 3, known in Japan. This game is the second in the series to Secret of Mana 1, or the third in the series to the Seiken Densetsu, as you've probably gathered. Now, I love the snowy area in this one. You can hear the footsteps as you're crunching through the snow. The music is absolutely legendary. This one really does get in my head, and I find it's such a great atmosphere, especially when it gets dark, because you've got light or day and night in this area. And I really do find that this gives such a good atmosphere. It's a brilliant game, and it's a place I like to get lost in, an adventure I love to play at Christmas time. It's loads to do, loads to level up on this one, and like I say, this snowy area itself does really give me chills. So once again, let's have another listen. Now, you can't have Secret of Mana 2 without actually having Secret of Mana 1. This is where it all started for me. The moment I walked out, it's a snowy day. This is the main sort of tune that rings in my head. And as you probably guessed it, I had this tune on the title screen at the beginning. Yeah, this is one of those that gives you such a great sense, such a great feeling. It's an area I love to just play around in, and listening to the music, it's one of those that I can listen to forever. It gives such a great atmosphere. What an absolute game, an absolute classic. Now, I know people out there aren't a massive fan of this, some people aren't, but there's a few of us out there that absolutely class this as probably the best RPG. And for me, this area really does give it that charm. Now, the music, as like I say, it is absolutely, it rings in your head for a long time. So on this one, once again, let's have a listen. Let me know your thoughts. I wonder if this one is going to keep ringing through your head, especially on a wintry, frosty morning. The next one I've chosen is Star Fox Adventures for the GameCube. Now this is such a quality game, very underrated as well, one by Rare. It's probably the last thing they did for Nintendo before they went over to Microsoft. But that aside, these were known for coming up with some amazing quality games, and Star Fox Adventures to me is absolutely legendary. And once again, this area is something that really does it for me. I love it when it's day and night. Especially you're walking around, you've got like the fire lanterns that give off such a great atmosphere, and you can feel the snow dropping around, you can hear the footsteps as you're crunching through the snow. It does give off such an absolute great atmosphere with this one. And I think I just love to get lost in this, and I just sit around and play in this game, just this area, because it just give me chills, and it's such a great feeling. So once again, you know, you've got your atmosphere in the background. There's no actual music. It's just noises of animals, you know, in trees and surrounding you. And I think that just adds so much to it. So let's have a listen, and, you know, let me know your thoughts. If this is something that, you know, you like to play at Christmas time. For me, it's one of my all-time favourites. Next up, I have chosen Metroid Prime for the GameCube. Now, why Metroid Prime? Some would say it's not an adventure, it's a bit of a first-person shooter. I find this an absolute great adventure. And as you guessed it, I've chosen it for Pendrana Drifts. Now, wow, just look at that, the snow falling down. This is a very kind of cold area, and the music gives such a great atmosphere. This, once again, is, you know, some areas I just love to hang around and listen and take it up and soak up the atmosphere, soak up the area, just because it just gives me that cold, chilly feeling. And I just love to play this area. It's absolutely brilliant. I can't, you know, speak of it anymore. It's, once again, it's a quality game as it is. Now, this one, though, is such, it's got such a good feel to it. And the music, like I say, adds just, it's that icing on the cake. Let's have a listen, and let me know your thoughts. Is it something that, you know, it's something you already do or something you already play, especially at Christmas time? Great adventure, great platform kind of game, but the music, I think, is just the icing on the cake, especially in Pendrana Drifts. Next up, I've chosen, as you can guess it, The Legend of Zelda, The Twilight Princess. Now, this is the snowy area. You have to go through a nice snowy mountain and fight off snow wolves and snow bats, and it just gives you a nice chill. And at the end of it, there is kind of like a house or a dungeon, you call it. And I do find that this is absolutely brilliant. Once again, it just gives you that nice atmosphere, the nice feeling. And it was a place I like to get lost in, or I like to just hang around for a bit and soak up the atmosphere. This one is, it's probably one of the first games that I just wanted to get to the snow area first. It's great atmosphere. As you can see, the scenery, it looks absolutely beautiful. And, you know, I can't find, you know, many areas that beat this, and it's absolutely brilliant. So once again, listen to the music, you know, and let me know your thoughts. Next up, I've chosen Immortals Phoenix Rising, and I say this came out last year, so you know, do I love to play this at Christmas time? Yeah, I played this all around Christmas time, chucked in a lot of hours, and you get towards the end. One of the islands is a huge snowy cliff. Now this gives off such a good sense of, you know, being cold. I'm sure every time I play this, I have to put the fire on just to warm up a bit. It does give me that feeling. It has such a good atmosphere. It's got such a good feeling to it. When you're walking, you're crunching through the snow. You've got loads of snow on the trees, and there's certain areas in there that's even colder, and you lose all your powers. I find this one to be, it's so capturing on giving you the snowy areas sort of thing, and I wish there were more areas like this, but this one is absolutely legend game, open world, great adventure, but especially in this area, I love to hang around here. So have a listen and let me know your thoughts on it. Next up, we have got the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now, this is a huge map and an absolutely amazing sort of open world kind of game. A game you want to get lost in. Something you could easily just close the door, sit down and play for hours, especially at Christmas time. There's many snowy areas, and each one gives you that sense. In fact, it's that good that you have to change your uniform or your weaponry, or sorry, your armor to adjust to the cold weather. And every now and then you'll come across a nice icy lake or a nice icy tree, and also you'll see a couple of the fires in there. You can even light your own fire, you know, and keep yourself warm for a bit. This does give off such a good atmosphere, and once again, it's a place that I love to just hang around. I like to go to the snowy areas, transport to each different snowy area, and just chill out there, especially at winter time as well. A bit of, you know, you can surf your shield down lots of snowy hills, and if you go swimming in any of the water, you know, you can get hurt because it's that cold for you. Once again, great atmosphere. It's just absolute classic, absolute legend, and it's an area I like to get lost in, especially love to play this one at Christmas time as well. So let's have a listen and let me know your thoughts. So guys, there you have it. 10 games that I'll love to play at Christmas time. You know, purely because they've got them snowy areas. It gives you the chills. It gives you that sense of being out in the snow. And you know, it just gives you that nice good atmosphere and music as well in some of them. Just unbelievable. So, you know, let me know your thoughts. Let me know if there's any kind of games that you like to play, especially around at Christmas time, especially with snowy areas. I know there are lots of others. And leave a like, leave a comment down below, let me know your thoughts. So Guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.